Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. This is going to be a general message for the sign of Virgo in mid-April 2021. What's going on, Virgo? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Virgo, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Please continue to take very good care of yourselves and those that you know and love. Quick apologies here at the start of the video, Virgo. For the mid-series, I try to have it as close to the 15th day of each month. This is coming out a few days after. So anyway, reason for that is I started a new job last week. Totally was drained energetically, spiritually, mentally, all the things. Lots of new information. Still am learning as I go along, but this week I feel a little bit more energized, so I just needed to take that time that I wasn't on the clock to myself to re-energize and refocus and all that good stuff. So anyway, that's why this isn't out around that time during the 15th, or around the 15th, I should say. Anyway, maybe you don't care. Probably don't. So let's just do the regular spiel, okay? Anything you want from me, Virgo, it's already in the description box. Timestamp is down there. Information on how to purchase a personal reading with me is down there. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I give you a link for that down in the description as well, okay? Let's get into this. Let's see what your messages are here in mid-April, Virgo. Messages for Virgo in mid-April. Please show me. Messages for Virgo, thank you, in mid-April. Please show me. Thank you. That's like a whole stack. That is way too many. We're not even gonna touch that. Too many. One more time, please, for Virgo. All right, there we go. Something. Let's see what else is going to come out. Queen of Cups. Yeah. Interesting. Now that's more than one. How many? Two. I'll take it. In reverse. Let's see. So, first card out was the Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups, and then in reverse we have the Ten of Swords and the Page of Cups. Interesting. Page and Queen of Cups, that's water sign energy. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, but you do not have to be. All right. So I feel like somebody is either letting go, letting the truth out, expressing how they really feel, letting someone have it, but with love, you know. So this is like harsh home truths, you know, or tough love is kind of how this is coming across. Very overall, you know, the vibe of these four cards. So, in the center here, could be you, could be someone else that you're dealing with, but I see somebody who is either over it or wants there to be peace, and the way to be or the way to have peace is to relinquish, to let go, to step away, or again, speak some truth, speak some harsh truth, but it's purposeful, you know. The Queen of Cups is honest, is usually a genuine character, female or not, water sign or not, you know, none of that matters in a general, right? But paired with this Ace of Swords and the reverse of the Ten of Swords and the Page of Cups, it's kind of like not sugarcoating, perhaps, is more in line with some of you Virgos. So no longer, you know, using euphemisms, right? No longer speaking in code as to not hurt someone's feelings, or, you know, something like that. It's kind of like, let's be real about it, because I think this Queen of Cups energy is coming from a place of having sacrificed a lot of themselves, and that's no longer healthy or sustainable, okay? That's not always the message with the Queen of Cups, but that's what's coming along here with these four cards in combination. It feels like somebody who has sacrificed a lot, who has eaten a lot of shit for the sake of others, taken a lot of crap on their own shoulders for the sake of others. I like that vibe. I don't know that you or other people in your situation would like that vibe, but this feels like, to a certain extent, self-preservation or self-prioritization. The Queen of Cups, again, is normally nurturing, compassionate, ingratiating, welcoming to other people, wanting other people to feel comforted and supported and things like that. And that's not gone from this person's character entirely, but I feel that the straw has broken the camel's back. Is that a title? Was that a title recently for one of your guys' videos? Maybe. I don't remember a lot of things anymore. But in general, I don't remember a lot from my videos, especially these days. Like, over the past several months, I haven't really retained much of what I do here on the channel. And I think that's good. I think that's a part of my growth as a reader. Anyway, so someone here, camel has broken the straw. I have verbal dyslexia. It's a lifelong thing. Anyway, the straw has broken the camel's back in this person's mind, in their heart, in the situation itself. So it could be that in your work situation, your boss has asked a lot of you, your superiors are really putting a lot on your plate, and you just might have like an honest Ace of Swords, a very honest conversation with, your higher ups. Listen, for the past several months, I've been working day and night and day for this. I've been on these projects, on these committees, and I am just exhausted. I need time off. I need some of this work to be delegated to someone else. Otherwise, I'm going to have to jump ship. Now that's not for everybody that you would go in there and give an ultimatum to your boss or demand time off or plead for time off, whatever it is. But again, it's like this compassionate, level-headed, not boisterous, not brazen, not, combative way of expressing your needs. That's this combination here. Ace of Swords, Queen of Cups. I am expressing my needs clearly, thoughtfully, and without smoke and mirrors, no euphemisms, but at the same time, I'm not being rude about it. That's the calming or softened energy that the Queen brings to the sharpness of the Ace of Swords. Now, over here, Ten of Swords and Page of Cups in reverse. Ten of Swords, betrayal, stabbing in the back, yada, yada, yada. That might be on the cards in the cards or on the table for some of you, okay. You might have been in a work situation, in a family or friendship situation where, you had people betray you or you felt left for dead is something I also sometimes say with the Ten of Swords. So you might have been, like I said, carrying a lot on your shoulders and nobody offered you help. Now, this might be a little controversial to say, but in my household, it certainly was not the thing. This could be a dynamic. This is just an example. I'm just using it for illustrative purposes. This Queen of Cups, adult in the household. You've got kids, perhaps. Page of Cups over here. Water sign, notwithstanding, gender doesn't matter. If you've got a lot going on in the house, your kids, they're not helping, right? Now, if they're 5 years old, they probably can't do much. But if they're 15... right? If they're 16, they could do something around the house. Now, in my house growing up, simply had chores. My mom didn't have to do this, that, and the other because me, my brother, my sister, we were the ones taking care of it. Yes. Maybe that's not how you're raising your children. Maybe your kid is super defiant, Ten of Swords, and that's stressful to you, or that's combative for you, or it's exhausting. Ten of Swords isn't always, again, like I said earlier, about betrayal or being backstabbed or left for dead. It can also be about strenuous circumstances that we have to endure, or we, quote unquote, convince ourselves that we have to endure. You know what I mean? So in a case like that, where they're your children, you have to. It's not good parenting to, reprimand your children or deprive them in some type of way if they don't do their chores. But at the same time, I would see, and again, this is just an illustrative example, if a parent had a kid who was consistently disobedient, consistently not helping where they could, please clean up your room. Please load or unload the dishwasher. Please take out the trash. The fact that you're saying please. Like in some households, I don't need to say please. Hop to go take that shit outside. Or go do this or go do that. And it's, that's the way it goes. Some households, you gotta beg a kid for them to do something. Oh, what are you doing, Mom? I'm playing Fortnite. you know. Now listen, I don't know your life and I'm not trying to make a joke of it, but that could be the form of stress, Ten of Swords, that somebody's like, again, how this woman is in the card, throwing their hands up to. You know what? I've had enough. And maybe there's some laying down of the law. Gentle, because it's a Queen of Cups, but firm and strong and swift and sharp because of the Ace of Swords. Now, that whole scenario of not being helped, again, you could filter that back to work. Could be your kids or some other domestic family situation that you have. Could be a one-on-one dynamic between two adults in a business relationship, a romantic relationship, whatever. But there is sort of like this, nobody else is helping me, so I'm going to help myself. Nobody else is looking at me and saying, hey, could I lend a hand to Virgo? Fine, I'll just do it myself. No, it's mostly help myself. It's not punitive. This person isn't saying or doing these things to punish whatever's going over here. It simply is being done for self-preservation. I think I said that earlier towards the top. Anything else with this? Over here, if it's not about children or dependent people, I think it's because you're dealing with people who are incapable, period. To whatever extent, in whatever capacity, someone over here is not capable, and that adds to the burden that this person experiences, or the pain, the suffering, the exhaustion that they have suffered for a long time. Again, camel has broken... I said it again. Camel has broken the straw. Straw has broken the camel's back. Hilarious that I keep saying it that way. Anyway, so that's what I'm sensing. If it's not about a child or a dependent person, not dependent like needy, but dependent as in like they can't care for themselves, or they don't make their own money, they don't have a place to live, letting your friend or your cousin crash on your couch, whatever it is. That type of dependent, not dependent like, codependent. That would be a different read. And that could be going on, but that's not coming through. It's not coming through strongly, at least, okay? So what else is going on for Virgo? Camel that broke the straw. I can't. Anyway, what else is happening here for Virgo? Please show me. Five of Swords. This energy is coming out today. Like practically everybody has gotten that. Page of Swords reversed. And then the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So, now, how you or someone else handles the situation, Virgo, could be very, like, bleh. And you might not know this. If this is you telling your boss, I need a few weeks off, or I need some days off, and you totally unplug from your job, you might not witness firsthand what's going on in this bottom line. But what is going on down here is things being awry, things being topsy-turvy, possibly people catching attitudes and like throwing barbs, throwing criticism, and just generally not being fair in the situation. I'm sensing here a person or people, more than one possibly in many of your cases, feeling like or acting out, ornery, crabby, resentful, things like that. Again, I don't think you are able to see it. In some of your cases, you have time off, or, you speak your piece and let it be, and you possibly resign yourself to the fact of, I'm not going to play into it. Again, with the hands up here with the Queen of Cups. I'm not going to feed into that energy. So, again, going back to the scenario where you have kids, you could have a kid, you could have a teenager at home, And I feel teenagers by design are kind of ornery, and they could not like the new rules you put in place. If this doesn't happen, you lose privileges with the Switch, you lose privileges with talking with your friends, and I'll take your cell phone from you, and all these things that, again, they feel they're being, treated badly, and they might, pitch a fit. You're kind of like, go ahead, pitch a fit. So that for some of you, this is a cracking down situation on unruly behavior, or at least unfair treatment. And you stand your ground and you say, I'm not going to be spoken to that way. I'm not going to be treated this way. XYZ, XYZ, right? And so that causes someone else a freaking headache. Because now they can't manipulate you. They can't have their needs fulfilled by you. They can't slack around you. And the accountability shifts to them. Now, there's more here, so we'll expand on it. But initially here with the Five of Swords, I feel that's bad for business for them. Like, they hate this. Whoever this is, they do not like it. It has totally changed the vibe that they've been used to. It has changed their whole demeanor. Like, and I mean, most people who are getting over on another person enjoy it. If someone is taking advantage of you, the moment you say, hey, I don't like that you're taking advantage of me, they're like, well, wait a minute, what are you talking about? They become defensive, or they become aggressive, whatever. So, Page of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Air sign energy here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Earth sign energy here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Could be dealing with any of those signs, don't have to be blah, blah, blah. All right. Yeah. So I feel your shift, or whoever this is, it doesn't have to be you, Virgo. You could be watching a friend go through this. You could be, eating a tub of popcorn, watching your best friend, shake up their household or shake up their job, whatever. But whoever's shifting, the Queen of Cups, whoever that person is, their shift, their change in demeanor, their change in behavior, their change in dialogue and conversation, whatever, it really dismantles someone or something else. Dismantles. Really throws a wrench in the plans, or a monkey wrench in it, yeah? Now, it could also have a certain side effect that comes back around to the Queen of Cups. I gotta be honest. I feel that this is one of those, you gotta stick to your guns for the principle of the thing, even if you end up suffering a bit. Now, that's not advice, but that's the feeling I think some of you might end up experiencing this, in that if you put your foot down, someone else is going to call your bluff, and that's going to put you not at a disadvantage, but it is going to challenge you in a certain way, or it's going to bring up a new set of problems, or it's going to bring a complication, let's say it that way, that you might not have foreseen. You didn't expect them to kind of call you on the bluff. So now you have to, follow through with your threat, or and I'm not, co-signing on any like threats to like harm a person, but the threat of, I'm going to take care of me, and I'm not going to indulge you with that anymore, blah blah blah. And then they're like, oh, you're not? And then they might put themselves in a harmful situation. There it is. It's coming out. Remember before I said dependent, and I was like, I don't think it's codependent. What I just talked about, that's a codependent move, right? Not for all, but for some. When a person is you and a person are codependent on each other, okay? It's not just a one-way street. Codependence is for both people. And you say, I'm tired of being I'm tired of this vibe. I'm tired of this connection between us being this way, this type, or this quality at this level. I refuse to give in to it anymore, or I'm going to change my side of my behavior, right? So let's say it's a parent and child relationship, Queen and Page of Cups, yes? And this child of yours could be an adult child. You could be in your 60s, Virgo, and this is your 30-something-year-old, son or daughter. It doesn't matter. And you say, I'm not going to bail you out anymore. Literally. Maybe your child has a regular stint in and out of the local jail. And every time you dip into your savings, you dip into whatever, you pull out a small loan, you put it on your credit card, whatever you got to do so that you can get your son or daughter out of jail. right? You pay their bond or whatever it is. And this time you're like, son, daughter, can't do that anymore. It's too much on me. It's too taxing on me. I simply cannot for you. And they say internally, but they might say, because, Five of Swords can be combative, can be, verbally going to toe with you. So they could say to you, oh, really? That's how you're going to show that you love me? Da, da, da. Those are all those codependent triggers, oh, you don't love me. If you allow me to sit in jail and face punishment for the crimes that I've committed, that means you don't love me. Really? How about you don't commit the crimes? Maybe that would show you, that would show me that you love me. If you didn't go out and commit crimes in these streets. But whatever. So they pull that on you. Oh, really? And then they go out and commit whatever crime. They violate their probation, whatever they do. And then they end up back in the court. And then they end up being sentenced again. And then they're looking at you through the very thick plexiglass with the phone on one end, on their end, and you're on the phone on the other end. And they're like, so what's up, Virgo? What's up, Virgo mom, Virgo dad? You gonna bail me out this time or what? That puts your feet to the fire in a way that you didn't want. You thought just stating to them, I will not, would be enough. This person is gonna call your bluff. Oh, you really about that? You really gonna say that to me? Okay, I'm gonna test you. Now, Virgo, that doesn't have to be your situation, and I don't know about you, but I don't like to be tested, especially after what I described earlier, which is I have given to this situation. I have been understanding. I have been the person to carry this burden, either for you or alongside you. Do not take my weakness or my kindness for weakness. Do not take me being a supporter of you as being an eternal forgiver of you. And some of you might not agree with that, but I used that term earlier, tough love. I'm not a parent, but I've seen enough to know that that's a hard road to walk down, to see your child suffer, even if they're a full adult, even if much of your relationship with them has been marred or very trying and very, very much full of conflict. You still love them, right? So I understand that imperative to not see your child suffer or be the source of how your child is suffering. But I challenge you or anyone else, it's not just Virgos, anyone else who, if you have a codependent relationship with your child, with your parent, with your brother, with your sister, with your husband, with your wife, with your best friend since second grade, I don't care. Codependent relationships hurt the person who is quote unquote the baddie, or one of the most notorious codependent relationships that we speak of in the spiritual community is the empathic person and the narcissistic person. There's this fantasy that the narcissistic person is always the one who hurts the other. Empathic person can hurt the narcissist, but the narcissist will deflect it and make it seem like you're the bad person, and or make it seem like they're the victim. You know what I mean? Even though you're doing self-preservation, your act of self-love will help the situation, and self-love sometimes is manifested in putting up boundaries, putting up barriers, and saying to a person, you must be accountable for yourself, for your actions, your behaviors, your words, your choices. Yes, I cannot save you. That savior complex is very strong with many empaths or empathic people. Yeah? And whatever. I can't go on forever about it because I see the time here. So this Page of Swords and Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel this person possibly had made promises to change, or was always saying, I'll get to it, I'll do this. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I will, but never following through. The Page of Swords in reverse, hot air, blowing smoke up your ass. All the times in which they promised, all the times in which they said, never again. And then you believed and you said, okay, all right. They said never again and they made these promises and you accepted because you loved. Okay? Virgos have immense capacity for love, immense capacity for forgiveness. However, like I said before, the straw is, and I'm saying it right this time, the straw has broken the camel's back, or is about to. And that's not me saying, good riddance and you don't need this person, Virgo. You and this person might have a very significant relationship. You might love each other very much, but your type of love or the quality of this relationship at this time, it's not serving you the way it needs to. You've been far too giving. Yes? Again, this can go vice versa. It is a general reading. What's the advice here in the reading? And then we're going to wrap up. What is the advice in this situation? Please show me for Virgo. Man, you guys got a long one out of me today. These are not meant to be this long anymore. I'm trying to, curtail my yapping, but it's hard. Now, 5 of Wands in reverse. Like that, okay? So, don't fight. Don't rise to the bait. Now, that's not legal advice. That's not me being your legal counsel telling you what to do. If you do have some type of court date or you've been implored to help someone with a court issue, that's, but this 5 of Wands in reverse, it is the simple, I'm not going to participate. I'm not going to be involved in this, period. I'm not going to rise to your bait. I'm not going to fall for your tricks. It also is wishing away for some of you. You might wish it, but it might not be reality. But it's like the resistance of the peanut gallery. So if you've got extended family who you only see a couple times a year, and Uncle Ronnie rings you up and is like, "Hey Virgo, what's going on with your son or daughter? Why don't you take care of them?" Excuse me, Uncle Ronnie, but you don't get to say shit. You are not in my house. You don't pay the bills. You don't take these kids to and from school. You didn't raise them. You didn't change their diapers. STFU, Uncle Ronnie. You get what I mean? So there's peripheral people here who might have a lot of opinions. They might try to insert themselves in the middle of your drama or the middle of your whatever this is, and this is you going, excuse yourself out of this. Excuse yourself out of this. This is between me and my son, me and my daughter, me and my husband, me and my wife, me and whoever. Has nothing to do with you, right? If this is going back to the work situation, because for some of you, again, this is work, and you're like taking a little vacation, and people are like, how come Virgo gets this? How come Virgo gets that? None of your business, Sandra. Shut your mouth. You stay your ass over in finance and I'm over here in marketing. Shut your mouth. You got, there's like people who want to be important in the situation or have a voice in the situation who literally do not deserve it. Okay? Virgo, that is your reading for mid-April. If this reading resonated with you, if you like this reading at all, hit the like button, leave a comment below. Let me know how it resonated. I love to read your guys' comments. If you haven't subscribed before, now's the time. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit all notifications so you can see when I upload to the channel and when I go live on the channel, okay? Virgo, I will be back soon with your May readings. If you want to get at me for a personal, check in the description below, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.